Hello, welcome back to another lovely yoga flow. This week we are doing a cozy autumn flow. Autumn is the time of renewal and letting go. Just like the trees drop their leaves, we can embrace the season of change with grace and ease. Starting at the front of the mats now, we're going to be standing in mountain pose. So grounding through the feet, equally pressing into the floor, hips stacked over knees over ankles, shoulders rolling up and back, away from the ears, down the back. Your spine is long and tall, and your palms are gently turned forward. And just close your eyes here, and we're going to take a few breaths. Really bring awareness to your breathing, and remember that we're going to be breathing slowly in and out through the nose throughout this practice. Taking your last breath here, we're going to start to flow. So on your next inhale, the arms will flow up over your head, looking at your palms. Exhale, forward fold. Lovely stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, stepping back into plank. Lowering the knees, we'll do knees, chest, chin, push through into your cobra, and then exhale, coming up into your downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Hands pressing firmly and equally into the ground. Heels drawn towards the ground, bending the knees as much as you need, sending the hips to the sky. Keep breathing, neck is relaxed, and then you're going to look through to your hands and step between them. Inhale, halfway lift, exhaling, forward fold, and then inhale all the way up to stand. Let's go again, inhaling your hands up over your head, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, stepping back into plank. You can lower your knees to do a knees, chest, chin, or you can do a full chaturanga to upward facing dog, and then push back into your downward facing dog. 5 breaths here again. Remember pushing the hands and feet into the mat. Shoulders are drawn away from your ears. See if you can gently engage your lower belly to help ease you more into the pose. And looking forward, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, and then inhaling all the way up to rise. Let's continue to warm up with our sun bee pose. So inhale, sitting into chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straight back. Exhale, stepping back into your plank. Find your flow, knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Turning your left heel down, inhaling your right foot to the front of the mat, arms up, overhead, warrior 1. Exhale, coming back through plank. Find your flow, knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga, pushing back to downward facing dog. And then change, so you ground through your right heel, left foot comes up into warrior 1. Exhale, replace your hands through plank, and find your flow, knees, chest, chin to full chaturanga, and then pushing into your downward facing dog. This time we'll be here for 3 breaths, inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Your neck is relaxed, your shoulders are drawing away from your ears. Look forward, stepping between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, coming up into chair, exhaling all the way up to stand. And let's do sun bee again, inhaling into the chair pose, exhaling, forward fold, relax the neck. Inhale, look up, straight back. Exhale, pressing through the hands, coming through plank, finding your flow, knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga, upward facing dog, and then exhale to your downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, in and out through the nose. Pressing through the floor equally with your hands and feet, And then looking forward between the hands, step between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come back through to chair. And then exhale all the way up to stand. Let's adapt this a bit more. So inhaling your arms up overhead and exhale, forward fold. Relax the neck. Inhale, look up, head up. And then exhale, stepping back into your plank. Find your flow. Knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga to upward facing dog. And then exhaling to your downward facing dog. Coming into three-legged dog with your right foot in the air. Bend the knee, tuck it into your chest. Hold it for a second before you place your right foot between your hands. Inhale, pushing up into a high crescent. And then exhale, ground through your left ankle, sending the hips forward, warrior one. Gaze is lifted, heart is open. And then on your next exhale, opening up into warrior two. Chest is open, arms are out to the sides, and your gaze is at your front middle finger. Pressing equally through the feet. Straightening your right leg before you come down into triangle pose. So your right hand might be at your thigh, your shin, or if you're able to, you can place it on the outside of your right foot. Your left arm is up to the sky. Modified, it can be on your hip. Bending through that right knee, and then coming back through plank. Lowering your right knee now, and twisting so your foot is at a right angle with your mat. We're going to come into a side angle, so your left leg is extended to the side and your right hand should be under your right shoulder. If this is okay, you can move up to a balance, so float your left leg up off the floor and then replace it. Coming back through plank, you're going to find your flow. Inhale to upward facing dog and then exhale to your downward facing dog. Taking 3 breaths here in your downward facing dog. Neck is relaxed, shoulders away from your ears, drawing your heels to the floor, sending your hips to the sky. And then you're going to inhale your left leg, and we'll repeat the flow on the other side. Tuck your left knee into your chest, hold it for a second, and then step your left foot between your hands. Help it with your left hand if you need. And then inhale up to your high crescent. Chest is open, gaze is lifted. And then grounding through your right heel, sending your hips forward into your warrior one pose before exhaling into your warrior two pose. Chest is open and broad, and your dristi is at your front middle finger. Inhale and exhale. Sink into the posture a bit more. And then you're going to straighten your left leg, coming into triangle pose. Your left arm could be at your calf or your ankle, or if you're able to, you can press it on the outside of your left foot, your right hand on your hip, or spiraling up to the sky, gaze looking up to the sky if you're able to. Bending your left foot now, coming back through plank, and then you're going to lower your left knee and swivel your foot so it's to the side of the mat, and we're going to come into that side balance again. So you have your right leg extended, you can keep your toes on the floor for a bit of added challenge. Float your right foot up off the mat, gaze is going to be looking up at your right hand if you're able to. Always remember to return to your breath throughout your practice. And then slowly lowering your right foot, swiveling back round into plank. Find your flow, knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga, and then exhale to your downward facing dog. Taking 3 nourishing breaths here, in and out through the nose. Looking forward, stepping or jumping to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, relax your head. Bend your knees and then inhale all the way up to stand. Okay, this will be our last flow, adapting a bit more now. So on your next inhale, arms come up over your head, and then you're going to exhale again, forward fold, relaxing the neck. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, planting your hands, stepping back through plank, knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga to upward facing dog. And then you're going to exhale back through to your downward facing dog. You're going to inhale your right foot up, three-legged dog. Maybe twist a little bit, really open that hip. Look under your right armpit. And then you're going to exhale, draw your knee into your chest. See if you can tuck it and then step it between your hands. Inhale, coming up into your high crescent. And then you're going to exhale, ground through that left heel, swivel your hips forward, opening up into your warrior one pose. And then open up to your warrior two again, shoulders away from your ears, fingers engaged, pressing equally through your feet. And this time we're going to come into extended side angle. You can rest your right elbow on your right knee, or you can bring your right hand all the way to the outside of your right foot, left arm up to the sky. Stay here, or if you'd like to go a bit deeper, you can find your bind. If this is within your practice, keeping your gaze up to the sky. And release, coming back through plank. We're going to go into our side balancing again, so you can leave the right knee on the floor again like we did last time. Or if you'd like a bit of added challenge, you're going to keep both knees up this time. Engage your core, sending your hips up to the sky. You can stack your feet, or if you'd like a bit of added challenge, you can have your foot in tree pose. Just remember to keep sending your waist and your hips up to the sky, your left hand up. And then coming back through plank, you're going to find your flow. Remember, modify to knees, chest, chin, or you can keep doing your full chaturanga to upward facing dog and then exhaling to downward facing dog. Inhale your left foot up into three-legged dog. Really open up that hip, maybe look under your left armpit. Breathe. And then on your next exhale, you're going to tuck your knee into your chest and then step your foot between your hands. Inhale, coming up into your high crescent, sending your back heel away, gaze is lifted. And then you're going to exhale, ground through your right foot, twist your hips back to the short edge front of the mat, and open the chest, warrior one. Inhale and exhale, open into your warrior two pose, shoulders away from your ears, drishti is forward at that front middle finger. And keep breathing. We're going to come into extended side angle here, so you can have your right hand on your hip, your left elbow could be on your left knee, or you can bring your left hand all the way to the outside of your foot. Stay here, or you can find that bind again if it's within your practice. Keep breathing, gaze looking up to the sky if the neck allows. And then you're going to release. Finding your plank, we're going to come and do the balancing poses on the left side. So lowering your left knee for more support in the side balancing, or keeping both legs up. You can have one foot in front of the other, or you can stack your feet. Whichever you're doing, just make sure you're sending your hips and waist up to the sky. So if you went into tree pose last time, then feel free to join me in tree pose again. Gaze up to the sky. This can be quite a tricky balance here. And then lowering back through, finding your flow through plank, inhaling to your upward facing dog, and then exhaling to your downward facing dog. Taking 3 nourishing breaths here, in and out through your nose. Pressing your heels towards the earth, shoulders away. And then lowering your knees now. We're going to come into child's pose. So arms extended forward, knees are about the width of the mat. And just lower your chest and head to the ground. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warmed up after that lovely flow. Just taking a few breaths here in child's pose. Allowing yourself to feel the work you've done in the practice so far. And thanking yourself for being here, being present and being mindful. Nice and slowly now, start to make your way up into a seated position, and we're gonna head back down to lying on our back to prepare for our bridge pose. So you want your tips of the fingers to be touching your heels if possible. Just gonna start tilting our hips just to get an awareness of the tilt that we want to do as we come up into our bridge pose. So you're going to press through the floor, lift your hip and roll your back all the way up. Weight should be on your shoulders. You can clasp your hands at the top. Take a few breaths here. Roll under your shoulders and really lift up through the hips, and then lower back down slowly through your vertebrae. We're now going to come up into a shoulder stand. So if you've not done this before and you want to try, then maybe just come up into this low one. So you're going to lift your hips up and then hold your hips in your hands. If you're a bit more familiar with this, then you can come up a bit higher into your shoulder stand, walking your hands down your back. The aim is to get your hips up and to be in more of a straight line. There shouldn't be any pressure or weight in your neck. If this is comfortable and you're comfortable with this, you can come into your plow pose. So you're going to send your feet over your head to the ground. Again, there shouldn't be any pain or tension in the neck. All of the weight should be on your shoulders. So if at any point you're feeling uncomfortable, please slowly come out of the posture and make sure you don't move your neck while you're up in shoulder stand or plow pose. To come out, you can lower your hands back towards the hips and then gently lower them down. For a counter pose, we're going to come into fish. So I like to put my hands underneath my bottom, legs out extended, and then bend your elbows so you're coming up onto your elbows. Big heart opener here as you send your head back, lowering to the floor. And this is a lovely counter for your shoulder stand to help open up the chest and extend the spine in a different direction from the flexion that we were just in before. Then to come out, come back up onto your elbows, tuck in your chin, and then lie back down. You might like to draw your knees into your chest and just give yourself a lovely hug, maybe rocking side to side. And then we're just going to do some windscreen wipers, so you can have your arms out to the side in cactus, and you're just going to gently lower your hips one way, gazing the other way. If you do this with your breath, so as you exhale, lowering to one side, inhale, engaging the core, bringing the knees back up, and exhale, lowering them to the other side. Gaze is in the opposite direction. And then let's come into happy baby. So sending your feet up to the sky, maybe you hold onto the ankles or the outside of the feet, or you can use your first two fingers to hold onto your big toes and just open up the hips a little bit here, rocking out. And this is a really lovely lower back massage and hip opener and overall lifter of moods and spirits. So just enjoy this for a few breaths here. And then we're going to release, maybe one final squeeze, tuck your chin into your chest, and you can stretch out long, have a really big stretch, squeeze everything, squeeze your fists, squeeze your feet, crunch your toes, and then release, let it all go and just sink into the mat. And we're going to be here for our final relaxation. Making sure you're comfortable by doing any of your last final adjustments, and then slowly sink into the mat again. Connecting with your breath, feeling the gentle rise and fall of your chest as you inhale and exhale. Remembering that autumn is a time of change, and being mindful and present can help us to adapt to these changes and the ebbs and flows of life with balance and kindness to ourselves and those around us. Just as the leaves shed from trees, we allow changes to come in and out of our life, and we welcome new seasons. Taking a few more intentional breaths here and starting to bring some movements into your fingers and your toes. Maybe taking a long stretch and then squeezing into a small ball, giving yourself a lovely hug again. Slowly rocking onto one side, supporting your arm under your head, and then keeping your eyes closed if you're able to, coming up to a seated position on your mat. Just sit in any way that feels comfortable. You can sit with crossed legs, sitting nice and tall, rolling the shoulders up and down away from your ears, hands by your side. We're going to inhale, our hands up overhead, palms together, and then exhale, drawing them through the heart center. Let's go again, inhaling your arms up overhead, palms together, exhale, drawing them through to the heart center. One final time, inhaling your arms up overhead, and then exhale, drawing them through to your heart. Bringing your thumb knuckles to your third eye between your eyebrows and gently bow your head. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope this flow has helped you to embrace this period of change and enable you to let go of things that no longer serve you, just like the trees let go of their leaves. Rubbing your palms together, keeping the eyes closed, building up some heat in the palms. Place your palms over your eyes and slowly start to blink your eyes open. It's been lovely sharing the mat with you today. I hope you can take this joy with you for the rest of the day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.